Hi, and welcome to this little budget where I am saving for the big things in life on a little budget. My name is Natasha, and I am just working to become debt-free and more financially responsible. If you are new, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. We would love to have you as a budget bud. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey budget buds. I feel like I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, I want to get right in to this video. We are going to be breaking down my first paycheck of March budget, and I'm also going to recap my spending for the last 2 weeks. So from the 28th of February until today, March 14th, because I do get paid tomorrow. So I am going to be bringing out my Erin Condren monthly planner because there are some notes and things that I took in this one. But for now, we are going to go into the Elevated Life Co. workbook duo. So let's go ahead and flip to March. Okay, here goes. So I have, and I'm gonna zoom in just a little. There we go. Sorry for the shaking. I've already filled this in. I've even had to go back and hit some actuals and some things. There's some white out here. So we can just spend time talking about this, and then we'll do the calculations for my, I guess I'll call it my pay period spending check-in, because it's not, I didn't do it weekly because I find it a little hard to do it weekly because I don't get paid weekly. I don't stuff my envelopes weekly. Excuse me. So I just found a way to do it that works for me and gives me an overall picture of my spending, where I was over, where I wasn't, and if I need to adjust my budget or my habits. So for rollover, and I didn't fill this part in, I'll do this on camera with you. There is $306. So this, even though I am trying to build this to a particular amount, this is my threshold or my new zero, right? So 300 is my new zero. So once my checking account gets to $300, no more spending can happen from that. It's at 306, but I don't know what to get for $6. So there was nothing for me to get for $6. But yes, so 300 is my threshold. So that is what I'm rolling over. I get paid, if you are new here, I get paid, I'm a salaried employee who gets paid semi-monthly. So I get paid the 15th and the last day of the month, the 30th or the 31st, however many days there are in the month. So after I account for tithe, a percentage to my savings, I rounded down so that I can continue to build my buffer without thinking about it. I'm going to be budgeting $1,900. This stays the same. I don't do any side hustles or anything like that. I don't have a part-time job, and I think I met my threshold for YouTube to get a check, but it won't come. It comes in between my two paychecks, so we'll account for that at the end of the month. So for my fixed expenses, I have my car insurance, which did go down. So this is, I pay my premium every month. This is my yearly renewal. I can't believe I've been with my insurance company for 10 years. So this is now my discount, and it did go down from that 153, which was really nice, down to 127.32. My Citi credit card, this is my last big credit card. The minimum was $322.11. My subscriptions, and this includes like Netflix, HBO Max, and a few other things, is $70 even. Lauren, which is my daughter, $25. So I count it as an expense because it goes directly from my account to her savings. Same with saving from my sorority. It debits directly out of my account into that particular savings. I did use my Capital One credit card, and that was just because we needed gas and there was no more money in my gas envelope. And this is exactly what it cost me to fill my gas tank, $59.47. So we're definitely going to have to be talking about my gas envelope and the gas budget in general for the future. So I've already scheduled this payment, so it should come out tomorrow once I get paid. So because of that, my total was $628.90 for my expenses, and if I subtract that from $1,900, I am left with $1,271.10. So rolling this now to my variable expenses, which are my cash envelopes. I have 7 categories, right? 1, 2, 3, 7 categories. So for groceries, we're going up to $165. Although for February, I had lower amounts in my envelopes. If you'd watched my previous videos, the normal amount that I put in is $150, and I'm so glad to be getting back to my normal amounts, but I'm gonna go up $15 to $165. Household is $50, which is the regular budgeted amount. Gas, I'm going up to $60. I had already decided to go from $50 to $60, but that was before I saw that it actually takes $60 now, and that's at $4.39 a gallon to fill my tank. So for now, I'm going to keep it at $60, only because this month for part of this month, I will be out of town and I won't be driving. But as I looked towards April and May and thinking about those budgets, this is going to go up to $90 or $100. I don't know yet, but yes, gas is expensive. I think that is a recurring theme in lots of budgeting videos that I watch. So this will definitely have to go up. Spending is at $75. Food is at $50. Food and groceries are different for me. I count this as eating out. I just like to call it food. My daughter gets $10 in her cash envelope, and miscellaneous gets $15. So totaling that up, it's $425. I take that from the $1,271.10 that was remaining, and I'm left with $846.10. So here are my sinking funds. I'm putting aside $480. I've gone back to look at my drafts of my budget, and I am going to stick with the $480. For my savings challenges, same. I had budgeted $225 when I originally did this at the top of the month. As I recap and look at my drafts and think about what I want to do, or if there were any major changes, it's going to stay at $225. My original account buffer would have been $257, but I am now accounting for that $59.47 that I put on my credit card and am paying back. So my buffer is going to be $141.10. Again, I am trying to build this amount up so that I feel comfortable having a significant buffer in my checking account. So when I add all of these up, I get $846.10, which was what was remaining for a zero-based budget. So all the money that I do have coming in is accounted for. So if we come over here, here is where I broke down. These were my cash envelopes that were in pink, the amounts and the denominations I need. What's highlighted in green represents all of my sinking funds. Every sinking fund, this paycheck is going to get stuffed. And so we can see my breakdown there. And in blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 10, and 20. Those are separate challenges, but I just put them on the same line just for space. So all of these challenges are going to get stuffed. My 100 envelope challenge is going to get $40. My 52-week challenge is going to get $33. And so that is 3 envelopes, I believe 10, 11, and 12, or week 10, 11, and 12. My March mystery challenge is going towards car maintenance. And so I'm putting aside $50. I did scratch off. I usually wait until my savings challenge video to scratch, but I wanted to see how many I would be able to get through. And basically, I'm able to do, so there are 10 circles. I did 3 before. I'm going to be able to do 5 from this 50 for like a total of $44. And then that $6 that's left over, I'm just going to roll it in somewhere else. And the 2 remaining circles, or the 2 remaining mystery savings amounts, I will save for my next paycheck. So feeling good about that. And for 5, 10s, and 20s, putting some aside for that. And for my roll the dice, I will be starting the roll the dice challenge from red to black budgeting, and I'm putting aside $22. So all in all, tomorrow when I get paid, I am on spring break, so I will be going to the bank as soon as it opens. I will be pulling out $1,130 to stuff, $425 towards my cash envelopes, $480 towards my sinking funds, and then $225 towards my savings challenges. All right, so that is the budget. I'm gonna zoom you guys back out just a little. All right, let's now go back and talk about the damage that I've done. I think it's on this page. Good. So first, let me show you, and hopefully you all can see this. So 2 of my goals, and I wrote my goals in this book here. I love how this looks. I like this spread better because everything's already filled in, and I've just been putting some life things and some money things. Do you see my little pregnancy stickers? They're so cute. I got this from Paycheck Ink. I've ordered from her before. Same with the no spends as well as these no spends. So yes, love it, love it, love it. Anyway, let's stay focused. So one of my goals was to have at least 16 no spend days. So that was half the month plus 1. Definitely not on track for that, and that's okay. But the goal, by not meeting this goal, I have actually done really good with tracking all of my spending so far. So that is what you all see here. I have made it a point to anything that was money related got written down. So in my jotted down section, and then what did I spend? I made sure to put where I spent, how much I spent, and from which envelope it came from. And I really tried to keep track of those things. And so if we go into this next week here, same thing. Really did a good job of trying to keep track and making sure I've accounted for everything that was spent. And just to finish out this week, I did have a no spend on Friday, not on Saturday, and I did have a no spend Sunday. Now, what I am counting as a no spend is if I do not spend money on miscellaneous spending, like from a spending category or something for myself, and eating out. If I had to get groceries, if I had to get gas, and currently now my daughter has a cold, so getting like cough medicine and just some things to make her feel better, I don't count that because that would have had to happen regardless. And that's just, those are like necessities of life. So before we get to filling this out and seeing where I screwed up, rather than go back and try to like flip through pages and do all of that, in my Erin Condren, I decided to keep a section, these were my drafts, of money notes. And so I call this my March money notes. I just did some random things here, documenting some random things. But what I did here, and I can zoom you guys in some more, was these were the categories. So food, groceries, gas, spending, household. This was the pay period that I'm looking at, and then each individualized purchase, and then it's highlighted. What I did not account for was the Lauren category in my cash envelopes and miscellaneous. I didn't go over for Lauren, and I did not, miscellaneous went to cover other things, and so it served its purpose, and when it was done, it was done. So I didn't account for those 2 categories. I just accounted for these 5 main categories. So I'm going to keep this off to the side so I can see. And in this time, I went into my work bag. I'm a math educator. And so I went and got my scientific calculator so that I can have all the totals running across the screen, just in case I messed up and I didn't want to have to keep starting over with my other calculator. So from 2/28, which was the last time I got paid, till today, these were the budgeted amounts. These are all lower with the exception of gas, Lauren, and miscellaneous than what I would have normally stuck. So groceries was $50 less, household was $25 less, food less, and food was $25 less, and spending was $25 less. So these are not my normal amounts, but it is what I had to spend for these categories. So for groceries, so again, I'm going to be tabulating all of these numbers here. I had 8 plus 16 plus 11. I'm going to round that 250 up to 3, plus 8 plus 13 plus 14 plus 27 plus 13, $113 for, that was not groceries. Actually, that was food. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to try to find my red pen. I got lots of pens. And of course, I cannot find my red pen. Oh, I'll just use this one. If we think about, I only had $30. I went over $83. So not good, not okay. Now, if we think about what I normally would set aside for for food or eating out, I only went over $63. Sorry that wasn't in frame, but that's still not okay. And even though this is going to go back up to 50 for this next pay period, I'm not increasing food. So part of this is just because I've been hungry. I've been really hungry. And that's to be expected. But I also need to manage better with the food that I have at home, packing lunches, cooking, things of that nature, because this will not be increased, and this is just unacceptable. This is what ate into most of my account buffer. And although I'm happy that I still have $300 in there, I am not happy because there was much more money. There was much more money in there. Let's go for groceries now. So groceries was budgeted $100, and let's see, we did 46 plus 22 plus 5 plus 23 plus 31. So we spent $127. So we were over by $27. Lots of red here today. Now, again, normally I would budget $150, but I went away. Money was a little tight. So I wouldn't have been over, but for what was budgeted, definitely went over. All right, household only had 2 purchases. So household, I budgeted $25. I spent $25, and then I spent $33 because there were just some things that we needed. So I ended up spending $58, and I was over by $33. So spent $58 and was over by $33. Now, if I had my normal budgeted amount, I would still be over by $3, which isn't bad. So I'm not going to raise my household budget. I just need to be more mindful of getting things that we need, potentially purchasing in bulk, or just sort of splitting it across my 2 paychecks in the month, or even just telling my boyfriend, like, hey, I got this. Can you get this so that I can stay within budget? For gas, it was $50. Which we all know is not enough. I spent $35, $42, and I'm going to round up that $59.47 to $60, $137. My biggest expense. And so that means I was over $87. So this will definitely have to go up sooner than later. For spending, I had $50, and so let's see what we did. I did 27 plus 8 plus 10 plus 19, 64. I went over $14. So every single category I went over. Again, for groceries, once I start budgeting the normal amount, this should, even out a bit. For household, I just need to be mindful because I would have been $3 over. Gas was a budget blown. food was a budget blown, because even if gas was the normal amount, so that budget was blown. Food, I was only off by $20 from the regular amount, so this still would have been $63 over. And then for spending, I would have been within budget had I been able to give myself the $75. And so this just lets me know that I'm still spending within my normal limits of the budget that I originally set. And so I'm pretty much good there. Groceries is going up and gas is going up just to match inflation costs. Like I have to be able to provide food for my household, and I need to be able to have gas to get to and from work, pick up my daughter, doctor's appointments, and all of those things. For Lauren and miscellaneous total, I spent the $25 and I stayed within budget. So lots of work to do in this next pay period, which will go from the 15th to the 30th, because I get paid, on the 31st. So didn't accomplish one goal for the first part of March, which is my no spend days. I am not on track to meeting the 16 no spend days, but a byproduct of not meeting that goal was actually meeting a goal where I have been more meticulous in tracking my spending and have been able to really account for where my money is going, where I need to make adjustments, so like groceries and gas, because that is just the world that we live in. But then also realizing that I need to do better with food, and that's not a change the budget, that is change my habit. So I feel pretty good about this. I will continue to do this for when I get paid again. I just thought this was really helpful for me to see. I've been saving my receipts, of course, because I've been using Fetch. I finally did make it to $50. And so if you can see here, I did shop for the baby on Sunday, but this was free money because I got a $50 gift card and I spent $41.54 on getting a few of the small things from the registry. I'm saving the big things for family and friends. So if you have not used Fetch, it is a great way for you to earn points towards gift cards for doing something that you do all the time, which is shop. And so if you use my referral code in the description box below, you will get a 2,000 points when you scan your first receipt, which equates to $2. And I would also get 2,000 points. And again, all Fetch rewards points that I earned this year is going towards baby Bud and getting him things that he needs. But yeah, anyway, this video is a little bit longer than I expected it to be. Thank you for joining me in budgeting my next paycheck, as well as just looking at my spending from the last pay period. Please join me tomorrow when we stuff our cash envelopes, our sinking funds, and then a little later in the week when we stuff our savings challenges. If you like this video, if you like this content, please hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you overspent this last pay period. And if you have not subscribed yet, again, we would love to have you as a budget bud. Well, until next time, bye, budget buds.